And welcome to another edition of Down the Shed with me, Jason. So in this episode we're going to have a quick look at this recharge, well, it's not recharge station, you can charge phones and stuff off it, but this NOCO jump boost starter basically. So let's get it out of the box. Right, so I'll put gloves on. This slides out, but it's a pig. I've had it open once already because there is the instruction manual, user guide. That's probably in every language known to man. And there she is. I can't remember whether the bit of card I've got it sat on was on top or underneath, so I have charged it obviously. I've been out with it. I bought this as a matter of necessity. My 2.8 intercooler turbo diesel Shogun. It's a Pajero, but in Britain they're Shoguns. She's a 96. She's a 1996, and her batteries have been sitting on there for weeks or months without much use. So once she's started and she's had a short trip, she's good for the rest of the day if she's being used regular. But overnight I'll probably have to do a follow-up video with this starting up the truck. But yeah, so it's got a torch. Press and hold, you get the torch, 3 levels of brightness. Then it does a SOS. If you press it now it will stop, so go for it again. SOS, general flashing, and then you get some sort of policey recovery style response flash. So if you stuck a few decent magnets on the base, you could probably use that on your bonnet or your roof or something if you had to, on the side of the road, just to sort of forewarn oncoming cars. There's your power indicator. We'll turn it off now. Turn it on. It's got full power. There's nothing plugged into it, so it's not going to do anything. But I think if you have a problem, you press that one and then it will allow you to jump start that vehicle. We haven't read the user guide because we're men. This is your 12 volt out. Nice waterproof caps on there, like that. My friend who's got a garage, he's got a much bigger one than this, and it will start many cars, but this is only the 20. This is, like, I think right up at the top of the range, serious money. So I paid £79 for this in a well-known car accessory firm with an orange front. There's your USB out, so you can actually charge phones, tablets, whatever off it. That TS100 USB soldering iron, I might get one of them. I reckon that would probably work on this quite well. USB in, your standard USB-B Android for charging it, so you can plug it into a car charger and keep it charged up in the car. Again, you'd have to check the user guide to find out whether you can charge it and use another device off it at the same time. But that's it really. Just press the power button, she goes off again. Press and hold. And that's the NOCO Boost Sport GB20. But like I say, there are many ranges of this available, so check the well-known car accessory shop for the complete range. This should start up to a 4-litre car, and I reckon you get at least a good 3 or 4 starts out of that before you had to charge it again. I was going to get one of the grey ones that are, you know, like a sort of handbag shaped. They're bloody heavy. They have all sorts. Some of them have compressors and inverters in them. Jack of all trades, master of none. You just want something to start a car. This is what you want to be carrying in your glove box. Right, so we take the card out of the box. Quite simply, we have a set of jump leads, a charging cable, and a carry bag, and that is it. The instructions were in there, of course, user guide. So we'll put all that back in, pop that over there. So the jump cables actually come onto a nice little plastic brick. Got a good spring to them. They'd fit on the tightest of spaces around the terminal quite nicely. They're very thin, but actually really well built. They're sturdy, so they're going to make good connection. The only criticism I have with these is this cap really doesn't stay on. It pings off. Sometimes it just does it on its own. It is twisted a bit at the base here. I don't think that really makes a lot of difference. But yeah, it's really that could fit on have a much better length of rubber around there to fit into a deeper gap would be good. But that plugs into the end of this. One way or the other. Like that. And then you've got 12 volts out of here when you turn it on. So if I had something 12 volt ready to go, we could have powered it up off jump leads, but for now, that is really tight. That's good, and that really won't go back in the other way, I don't think. No. So yeah, it will only. There's an arrow on the dimple, so there really is only one way that will go in. So that's good. You can't get reverse polarity. Waterproof cap. Yeah, she's a really good bit of kit. And USB cable seems to have some sort of inbuilt choke. I'm guessing that's what it is. I know there'll be magnets in there. That's probably for power surges or whatever. I really not that clued up on it to be able to say, but yeah, it's USB-B Android. But yeah, nice cable anyway. And carry bag. My friend's, his is much bigger than this. It's probably more like that. And that comes in a nice zip, hard cloth style zip case, which is but then when you pay a lot more for your jump starter, they come with nicer things. So yeah, that all goes in the bag, and now you can just chuck that in your glove box or whatever, and that's the NOCO GB20. So I'll see you soon if we need to.